Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hello. How are you? Are you cold?
No.
We should bring more heaters. I have some more heaters for you, for the Buddha Hall.
I'm getting cold.
You're getting cold, huh? You learn Chan. You just heat yourself up.
It's colder.
Be careful, huh? Don't catch a cold. Okay, how is everyone today besides shivering from the cold? What's going on? It's so cold at night, huh? Like in the night in the 40s, and during the day it heats up. Be careful, please. Keep yourself warm at night. Okay, so some more and more new faces coming here, so I'm glad to see that. We are getting together to practice here at the temple, American Mahayana as we call it. Yesterday, Saturdays, we teach Chan meditation. Today we do Pureland. So consistent with how we started 16, 17 years ago. I started teaching as per my Chinese master's instruction. He told me, you should start teaching. You should teach. That's all he said. In English. So weird. That's how we connect and we relate to each other. He only either yells at me. The first time we met, he was very nice. The first time I met with him, I was accompanying my parents who made an offering to him. They sold their houses, so they offered him a big check. So I tagged along, and then I said, well, I think it's time for me to try shaving my head. And so he was very nice. Oh yeah, how nice, how wonderful. He has this beautiful, beautiful smile. He's like so happy. I didn't know why he was so happy. Until I shaved my head. That's when he abandoned me a few months later, 4 months later to be exact, and then life became hell for me for several years. And during those several years, the only time he talked to me, like 4 or 5 times, he's always yelling at me, And then I cultivated, and then I was so happy, when you meditate, it's so blissful, it's so peaceful. It's nothing like it. It beats drinking. It beats, well, the children here, so I can't tell you everything, all the vices I tried, okay? It's so fantastic. And guess what? And he showed up and said, you should teach. Say what? My first reaction is that these people did nothing for me. Where were they when I suffered? And he just then disappeared. He would never argue with me. Okay. My disciples, they said, may I ask, why? Typical Americans, young people, they always ask, why? They want to know. They want me to tell them. My master just told me what to do, okay? That's it. And so he told me to teach. And then so I decided after 2 weeks to teach. Why? Because I believed him. My first reaction is no. Okay? I didn't argue with him either. I told him what I thought. No. But 2 weeks later, I said, no, he did things for a reason. So I should teach. So I decided to teach both Chan and Pureland because no one was doing it. Chan because we excel at Chan. The Weiyang lineage really is very, very good at Chan. We are, especially Master YongHua has this Chan training technique is very, very advanced. And then I lucked out in that the 6 patriarch also taught me, personally demonstrated how to teach, the brutality of teaching. We have a professor here with her children. I bet you that she would never dare teach her students with brutality. Okay, in Chan teaching at times has to be very brutal. So that's what we do. Weiyang, Chan is, at times we're very brutal. Well, for beginners, we're nice. But later, as you climb up and you take a beating, that's when you beat you up. Anyway, and then I also taught Pureland because no one really understands Pureland, I found. And let alone people who can understand both Chan and Pureland. So we thought we'd be different. We bring something new to the table where we teach Chan and Pureland. Okay? Chan, with the Weiyang training, a lot of people improve quicker. Many of you, the last 16 years, have become enlightened. New ones are improving very quickly, a lot faster than Vicky here today. She started, and she is a very slow climb for her. Yes? Huh? But, each person's different. And then the Pureland. Pureland is a very special thing, actually. I find Pureland to be very fascinating, very wonderful. Why is that? It's because in Buddhism, we study Buddhism, we practice Buddhism in order to try to get out of the wheel of reincarnation. We've been cycling through this reincarnation thing here, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Some of my disciples, like the policewoman in Chicago. I like to say Chicago, but she doesn't even live in Chicago. It's somewhere a little bit further away. But Illinois for sure, half an hour away from Chicago. She says, in a prior life, what is it? She's connected with our kitchen manager. Yeah, Xian Tong. What's the rumor? Please remind us. Did maybe Go Yin knows? You know what the rumor is? Xian Tong and Emily were like sisters, I think. Huh? Yeah. Please tell us. Two.
I don't know about the detail, but yeah, they are the sisters.
They're both sisters.
Yeah.
And Wantek Sunim, what happened to him? Wantek Sunim back there used to be what? They connected Wantek Sunim too. Did you know that part?
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, you didn't know that part. Someone who knows that part. Xian Shun, she knows everything. Tell us, number 9. What's their story among those 3 people? Huh?
There was one Fochi, I think the last Fochi that Emily was here. And I think one text's name was the Weino.
Yeah.
And Emily, for some reason, just kept I'm not exactly sure, but I think she kept getting images like he like anger or something like that. And later she told me that he was a warrior and he was very cold and he killed her.
So in a prior life, okay, that monk right there behind you was a warrior. He killed a lot of people. Now he's no longer a warrior, but he's still cold.
She said he's not as cold as he used to be. He's actually very nice, and she's a little disappointed.
I see. So that's how they connected. That monk here killed Emily. Now Emily is here. We're not sure why. And she's a policewoman.
Two people.
She's good with guns. She carries a gun to work. One tech, Suni, huh?
She said two people from the heavens pushed her down, and so she was reborn
Here.
here, and she wants to go back up because someone got the blame for her, took the blame for her.
Took what?
Took the blame for her.
For pushing her down.
No, I think someone pushed her down, and because she never returned, someone took the blame for her, and she wants to go back to clear that up.
Okay, good luck with that. And what about her connection with Xiantong?
Xiantong was her sister in one life, and Rinpo Xiantong helped her garden, taught her how to garden and stuff. And one day she went out and just never returned.
Is it clear? You see how Xianshun tells stories? She tells her how she taught how to garden, and then one day she left and never returned. Which she do you think she's referring to?
Rinpo Xiantong never returned.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So that's what Xiantong still does. You ask him, Xiantong's mommy, Xiantong left mommy too and never returned. She enlisted in the Navy. Just like that. Huh? You see? My point being that we gossip a lot at this temple. You probably have noticed. And what about Francis? What's the relationship?
Frances is her sister in this life. And growing up, Frances followed her everywhere. And Frances recently told me she wants to die wherever Rinpo Xiantong is buried. She wants to be buried with her.
Okay. Okay, now you heard it all here at Wei Mountain Temple. So the point here, you may not believe in all these stories and about one tech being a violent warrior and bloodthirsty person. Look at him; it's kind of hard to tell, huh? But we cycle through this wheel of reincarnation. We die, we born, we die, and then we born again, a different body. Okay, and quite a few of our people have such knowledge, what we call knowledge of past lives. Okay, it's a quite commonplace in our temples. And so that's why we keep on being born somewhere, then live our lives and die and be born again and be born again and be born again. I don't remember my brothers and sisters and so forth, but I know I was born, I was once, geez, don't take this wrong, okay? I was once an emperor. And it makes sense because typically most monks and nuns who were emperors, it takes a lot of blessings to become monks and nuns, you know that? And in the old days, the senior monks were teachers of the emperors. And you see, it makes sense because in order to teach an emperor, you have to know how to be an emperor. And therefore, it's not surprising at all. They used to be emperors themselves. You see? So anyway, more gossiping, if you will. Okay? And so that's all I remember. All the bad stuff I don't remember. I just remember being an emperor, driving around probably in a red coach. Of course, what else? Well, anyway, so this nonsense here. Sometimes we're born in a good thing and a good life, and next time we're born in a bad life, and so forth and so forth. We cycle through. It's no control whatsoever. So that's why the Buddha came and said, you better be aware of this. It's very dangerous because you've been doing it for so long that you get used to it. Okay? You're born here in this world because you don't mind suffering at all. Get used to suffering. You can endure suffering. So that's why he says, I'm here to teach you. Either to become enlightened, and then it will end your revolving on the wheel of reincarnation, will end the birth and death. Or you can go, the other option is go to the Pureland. Not any Pureland, because the universe is populated by two kinds of galaxies or worlds. We call it worlds. Okay? A world that's pure and a world that's impure. Impure world is where we are right now. This galaxy here was founded by Shakmuni Buddha, and he created this world here. When you become a Buddha, you create a world yourself so that you can bring people that you owe to your world to repay your debts to them by saving them. Is that clear? This is what happens in Buddhism, okay? You become a Buddha, so now you have your own world where you can now bring all the people, your creditors, to your world, and so that you can help guide them to become a Buddha themselves, okay? Or God, if they wish, okay? Whatever, okay? Whatever you wish, we'll help you. And so that's impure. It's called impure because it is full of greed. Everyone who's born here has the three poisons: greed, anger, and stupidity. Okay? And because of your three poisons, you suffer. Okay? And that's why this world is impure. Whereas the other kind of galaxies or worlds are the pure worlds, where there's no suffering whatsoever. Okay? It's no, because of greed, anger, stupidity in this world here, we have the three destinies, evil destinies, the hells, the hungry ghosts, and the animal realms. That's where a lot of suffering. So in Buddhism, if you learn Buddhism, the first thing we teach you is avoid falling to the three lower realms. Okay? It's very important. Once you fall to the three lower realms, it takes forever for you to get out. Forever, practically. It's a lot of suffering. Think about it. Okay? If you want to have an idea what the hell is like, I've been to prison a few times. Not the way you think. Jesus, such a low opinion of me. And I was there for a few times visiting someone, and the suffering there is incredible. I walked in and said, whoa, I thought I was suffering with my depression or by being bipolar, extreme bipolar. I thought I was suffering until I walked into the prison. I said, wow, this is suffering, folks. Okay? It's so much suffering there. Okay? And the hells are a lot worse. infinitely worse than life in a prison here. You find out. I know you don't believe me. I found out myself. I went to the hells myself. I'm pretty sure. I did. Okay? One life you're an emperor, next life you fall to the hell. That's typical here in the Sahara world. We have zero control over where we're going to go next. Zero. Unless you cultivate, you have no control whatsoever. Okay? Yeah. And so the pure world are the world that's you have no hells, no ghost realms, no animal realms. That's why you will not have to worry about those types of sufferings. There's no sufferings whatsoever. And that's why it's so desirable. That world there is many of them in the universe. In what we call in Buddhism is called Dharma realm. Dharma realm is a jargon for universe. Okay, so Dharma realm has two types of worlds. Pure, we call it land. Pure land or impure land. They are mixed up, all jumbled up. Okay. And if you study the Avatamsaka Sutra, you learn more about it in one of those chapters. Okay, Avatamsaka Sutra is the top-notch Buddhist sutra that explains you more, tells you more about the nature and the composition of the universe. So this afternoon, okay, we'll be lecturing on the first chapter. Okay. Anyway, so you go to the impure world, in particular, this impure world. I'm going to go to this Pure Land. The best one that's most suitable for us is the Western Bliss Pure Land, Amitabha Buddha. This Buddha to my right here, behind me. Left is Medicine Master Buddha. He's also have a Pure Land himself. And Amitabha Buddha. Okay, now, for us, residents of the Sahara world, it's easiest to go to his Pure Land. Okay? Because he created his Pure Land in order to make it easier for people like us to go there, living beings like us, whether you're an animal, whether you're a ghost, you still have a chance to go there yourself. All right? Let alone us living beings, human beings, or gods, or sewers, or so forth. Okay. Now, Amitabha Buddha, Pure Land is the easiest to go there for us, and that's why we advise all of our followers to go to the Pure Land. Try to go to the Pure Land. Okay. Once you go there, you're born there, then in one lifetime you become a Buddha and you will never suffer again. If you go there, you'll never suffer again. That's why it's so wonderful. It's the best thing that could happen to you. It's the best thing that could happen to your loved ones. Okay, that's what the Buddha taught. Okay, so this Pure Land thing we're doing is to help you, to remind you, it's such a great place. So, by all means, when you practice Pure Land, that's don't miss this chance again. Make sure you go there at the end of this lifetime. Okay, I hope to see you there. Okay, at the end of this lifetime. Okay, so that's what to us American Pure Land is about, making sure that we maximize our chance to go there and don't fool around here. Don't get out of this wheel reincarnation. It's a lot more suffering you want to that you can cope with. Okay, when you go to the Pure Land, it's called Anyang. Okay, in Chinese, so the Western Bliss Pure Land is what is known. Another name is known for Western Bliss is because it's to the west in the universe, this is our solar world here. It's to the west of solar world. It's about 10 billion galaxies away. It's pretty far. So that's why the only way to get there is via Amitabha Buddha's power. That's it. No one else can help you. Okay? So that's why the Pureland Dharma door is the door that we practice, and so that at the end of your life, hopefully we can ask Amitabha Buddha to come and help bring you back to his Pure Land. Is that clear? Okay? And once you're there, you're born there instantaneously in a lotus flower, and you will never experience suffering again, and become a Buddha in one lifetime. So that's why, and it's very blissful there. So now, that's why it's called Western Bliss Pure Land. Okay, the other name is known as An Yang. Okay, An is Chinese people. An. Yeah, okay, person in the back.
Peace and safety.
Peace and safety. Why you have to steal all my thunder? Okay, safety. I'll talk about safety first. Okay, safety because you will be safe. You don't have to worry about falling anymore to the 3 lower realms. Okay? In the Saha world here, if you stay here, the chances of you falling after this lifetime are very, very high. Particularly, you'll find people like me down there in the hells. Most monks and nuns fall to the hells. They don't talk about it. We don't talk about it, but it's the truth. Okay? Monks and nuns fall to the hells. Why is that? It's because we all create so many offenses. Okay? We do a lot of evil things. And in particular, you only have 5 precepts. When you violate them, your chances of falling are pretty good. Okay? I have 250 precepts. The girls there, they have 340 precepts. So who do you think is going to fall easier for them to fall? Huh? The girls, and then the boys, and then you. So that's why the hells are heavily populated by monks and nuns. It's a fact. Okay? Yeah. So the chances of falling here in the Saha world are so high. It's not safe at all. Okay, so that's why the Western Bliss Pure Land is called An, is because it's safe. You have no more hells to worry about. You have no more fears to regress, to fall back. Here, bodhisattvas who are enlightened, I notice they regress too. Oh, excuse me. That's cruel. People regress here. The only people who don't regress are Buddhas. But when you go to Western Bliss Pure Land, you don't regress ever. Okay? So that's why it's safe. Okay? You will not fall, you will not regress. Is that clear? Okay. What about that's An? An is safety and peace. Ping An, peaceful. So peace is because it's very peaceful there. Okay, no ghosts, no troublemakers there. Everyone is well behaved. All right, no kids, I don't think. Kids don't behave, do they? Huh? All right. Yeah. Is that clear? So Ping An is safety and what was that again? And peace. Yang. Yang is what? Chinese people. Vietnamese people. What's that? Yeah? Yang means to raise. To raise, like raise your children. Yang, yang da. So you raise, your boys understand Chinese only, right? Then you speak Chinese to them, right? Okay. So you raise them so that you help them grow up, help them reach maturity. Okay, that's yang. Why is Western Bliss Pureland called yang? It's because the Buddha personally raises you. Okay? Until you grow up. What is growing up in a Pure Land? You become enlightened. That's growing. That's adults. Okay? Below that, you considered a baby. All right? So that's why yang. Yang is, he raises us. He acts like our father and he raises us until we grow up. Isn't that cool? He watches over us like our parents and loves us. I think. I'm not a Buddha, so I don't know how Buddhas love, okay? Don't ask me. Okay? So, but he will raise us until we grow up and we become adults, that is enlightened, okay? 4th stage Arhat or higher, okay? And the other meaning of yang is you can tell when Xian is being attacked by the depression ghost, okay, is when her lips go like this. I can't do that because I'm not depressed. I'm not as depressed as she is anymore. You know, Xian, you notice that? That's depression. She being, the depression ghost got her. That's why. I look at her. Okay, so yang is to care. Okay, so he raises you until you become mature, become enlightened, then he cares for you until you become a Buddha. Bodhisattvas too, enlightened people too, need caring, need to be cared for. Did you know that? You think you become enlightened, that's it? You retire or something? No! You become enlightened and the Buddha now has to take care of you because no one else can. That's the message. After you become enlightened, the Buddhas pay attention to you. Yeah, those are my elder children. Now I need to take care of them. Yeah, you bet. Isn't it cool? If you become enlightened, let me repeat, the Buddhas will take care of you. Now everyone wants to become enlightened. Forget about full lotus, okay? Let's go for enlightenment. Okay, so in the Western Bliss Pureland, you go there. He'll teach you, he teaches you, raises you until you become mature, you become enlightened, and then he takes care of you until you become a Buddha. Yeah, cool? You're all taken care of. All right? So that's why it's highly desirable. It's the best thing that could happen to anyone. Best thing could happen to the people you love. Okay? That's why we practice Chan Pureland. For those are the reasons. Any questions? Yes, sir. 3.
If one comes back from the Pure Land to save loved ones, is not the danger to retrogress?
I'm sorry?
If one comes back from the Pure Land, is sent to the earth again from Amitabha Buddha, by Amitabha Buddha, is not the danger to retrogress again?
It's not dangerous to what?
To retrogress, to regress.
Retrograde. Regress. There's no retrograde. The nature of Western Bliss Pure Land is that no one regresses anymore. Contrary to here, we regress. I saw my YongHua disciples regress like crazy. It's pitiful. Enlightened people regressing, what a pity. That's the nature of our world. Okay? It's very dangerous. You never save for a moment. All right? Yes, sir. 4.
Master, when you say regress, you mean that they get caught up in the 3 poisons?
No, regress means that we measure your status, your stature in the universe is based on your samadhi level. You right now, what are you? Some sort of engineer?
I'm an IT manager.
What? IT manager. So some sort of manager. Okay? IT manager. IT. Yeah, I know IT. No. I'm not that dumb. I just look dumb. Okay? So in our society, he's a manager. So he's sort of like a, important man. Okay? It means nothing to the real status in the universe. In human realm, in our society, you are someone who has stature, okay? But in the universe, it's based on not your title, based on your samadhi power. So you go by 0 samadhi to first dhyana, second dhyana, third dhyana, fourth dhyana. So for example, when the Buddha speaks sutras, the Bodhisattva would come and listen to it like you. They would sit around like this, okay? And you know what? Only the big shots get to sit in front, okay? The smaller Bodhisattvas sit all the way back there. Because of their stature is too low, they cannot sit in front. And the gods are standing room only. Way out there. So, yes, this is a hierarchical world based on status. Okay? So, when we talk about regression, okay, in cultivation, regression is you go from one samadhi level, high level, to low level, to lower level, to lower level. Meaning that, did you know that, for example, when you, as an IT manager, okay, you get to see the president. He has higher status than you, yes? Therefore, you have to be respectful towards him, yes? Same thing, in our world, if you meet someone of higher status, for example, you meet a bodhisattva, what do? We bow to them. That's how we pay our respects, because they're higher status than us. And when we do that, we create blessings for ourselves. Similarly, when you're polite and respectful to the president, he can bestow favors upon you. Make sure you're not laid off in this round. That's what happens. So regression is that when your offenses, the offenses you create are so heavy, they pull you down, and they pull you down, and they pull you down. That's why. This is why if we create so many offenses amongst us, we get pulled down one rung after another until we fall to the hells. It's not as glamorous as you think. It only looks like nice right now, but at the end of life, it's not, something to look forward to. This is why, all I care for is maybe a red car, enjoy myself until... Never mind. Okay, so that's regression.
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome. Anyone else? No? Okay, then we take a break. And let's come back in 5 minutes and do the lunch offering. Thank you, everyone.